At Vulcan Industries, we are dedicated to bringing the universe to you. Our safety engineers work tirelessly to ensure that every ship is Vulcan safe. The following training video will demonstrate the effectiveness and tireless efforts that go into each and every Vulcan ship. At Vulcan, we pride ourselves with excellence being our #1 attribute. Remember, if it's not Vulcan, it's crap.
Good morning and welcome to StarMade. I'm Jack and this is Mission Reloaded Gaming. Today we're going to be showing you, or I will be showing you, JackBeFlippen here, a little bit about what I've learned messing with drones. Alright, because we are in the Power 2.0 update and I'm waiting for the weapon update to drop, there's no real reason to sit here and make guns. So I have been working on a lot of things. There's a bunch of it over there. And one of the things I've been working on would be, well, I don't want to mine as much anymore, so I want drones to do it. That has been about a week and a half of pretty much going stark raving mad trying to figure out how these things work. So, after talking to people on the forums, I'll bring some of those up here in a minute, and just making and messing around with multiple different designs, I have finally settled on a couple different designs, and I finally figured out why they work and why they don't work. So we're going to hit into that. Right now, I have two basic designs. I have the one that is the Uber version of these smaller version ones. Now, this is one of my earlier designs, just trying to figure out how do I make drones dock automatically, and figuring out for finally how all this stuff works. So this was my first test bed. Well, it's my second test bed, and it does its job excruciatingly well. I figured out that I could have rails down here, and then if I switched them to the load and unload stuff, it puts the stuff over here, so I don't have to manually unload every individual drone. So that was a handy deal. They act just like regular rails, if you don't know, except what you do is you tie your... Alright, this was new to me. I didn't know this, so bear with me here if this is old hat. You tie your boxes obviously into your cargo container, and you tie your cargo container into your rail dock. So when it rolls over these things, which are tied to that box, it throws everything over here. Now you have to go in and set permissions. This was the part that made me mad again, because I'm sitting here going, why isn't the stuff in here moving? But yeah, you gotta go to, let's see here. Oh, yeah, okay, we gotta sit in the thing, and then we gotta hit, tab. And I just tabbed myself out of the game. Alright. Yeah, alright, you see the pattern I went. You have to go, you have to always go here and hit it, always allow. This will save. I think it saved on blueprints. That's one thing I have yet to really play with. I know that it saves, though, most of the times. And then you got to do it for the big one here that we were just in as well. So, oh, right. Yeah, now it will, every time they just grace the presence of one of these little load and unload blocks, or unload blocks, it automatically just starts dumping this. Realizing this, I don't know why I want to use real rails anymore, except for the fact that I have to click every individual one of these and link it to this box. There is no Shift V that grabs all of them in a line. That would be nice. Hint, hint. So let us try this out. Be one of those things of, hey, does it work still? Alright, so we need to go back over here, and we hit the launch button. Woo, look at them launch! That is so still cool to me. Alright, now fleet. Oh, right, which fleet is this? Shoot. One was small. Probably this one. Yeah. Alright, order. And we want them to... yeah, let's just come back here. Yep, that's the right fleet. Cool. Here they come. Alright, we just got bonked. Alright, are they idling in formation? Perfect. They're doing whatever their little Larry Moe and what's-his-face do. Let us tell them to mine and see if it still works. Boom. And it doesn't! Oh my god, why not? This is a great time to explain this. Okay, we're sitting here. We're in front of an asteroid, right? Why aren't they mining? Why are they sitting here? Well, turns out, let's see if I can even show it. Not really. We are like inside this sector, but we're on the edge of this sector. That asteroid's probably like sitting right over here. Or, yeah, it's probably sitting right over here on the other side of this line. This is one of the things that was told to me, or not told to me, but I had to find out the hard way because I'm just sitting here like dragging them to different asteroids going, why don't you mine? So let's try this again. Let us... idle information. And we'll just drag them this way until we are in the other sector. Alright, let's try it now, just out of general curiosity. They will mine, it's just you have to figure out where they turn into. Come on. Alright, maybe they're broken. Let's take him over here. Let's see if this works. This is a different sector completely. See how it counts down? Alright, we are going to be in a new sector. You're not there yet. You see how it switched, but we were still a kilometer from being in there. So, oh, here's a good example. Slow down. Okay. There they are. Keep hauling butt over here. There they go. Look at that. Look at that. See, it's working now. So, those of you who were building mining drones that didn't spin like a top, we'll get to that later. This is your problem. You have to be in different... You have to make sure you're in the right sector. And you don't have to, like, make them dock. All right, here's how I made them work. And this is probably this was what made me hate my life. To make them work, I had to make them redock, log off, log back on, which apparently, like, reset where I stood inside the sector. I could then deploy them and then tell them to mine, and they'd cross the sector boundary. But then I go to the next one, and it was that weird sector boundary thing, and I didn't know. Log off again, log back into the game, and make the mine. I'm like, this is dumb. This is never going to work, because when you have, 3 of them's okay. 3 of them's different. When you have 45 of them, and they all don't have an individual dock, they all have to hit like one rail and go to the end of it. It makes them dock one at a time, just so you know. That took, over 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes for everything to dock, which under combat, that would just be terrible. So, no, they work. It works. It's working. I'm happy. Alright, next thing to show. Why some designs just don't work. Now, this was an interesting one, because it turns out, after reading some of the Reddit posts that I studiously asked the right questions. Let me see if I can pull them up real quick. Alright, so what I was told is that the best explanation is that they were able to find on the official forums is that the AI fights itself for 2 different points of view. See, this one's over here flipping out, looking for 2 different points of view at the moment. Perfect person, yay. So it aims the salvage beam from the emission block of the array. So the one the laser comes out of, the one you set. So it tries to turn the ship to point the beam at the block. However, the AI also wants to point the core at the target. The further apart those 2 blocks are, the greater the chance they will conflict, and the drone will flip out and fark out. The most reliable fix we found was for the drones to put the emission block for the array directly behind the core. Alright, these don't do that, but I do have some that do now. That way, 2 viewpoints are always identical and will derp out much less. You hear that? Much less, not completely. There's also a problem with some cores just being bad. This is the one that freaked me out. This is the one that was making me go insane because I had a bunch of sets, I'd send them out, and they'd just sit there and just spin, and I had no idea why. And I'd just rebuild it, I'd work on it, I'd move things around. And sometimes you'll have to make a drone, and the core will just not mine, no matter what you do. The best way than designing new drones is to make a 3-block pod with a single salvage block computer storage telling it to mine. If it mines, you got a good core. Keep building on it. If it doesn't, delete it and try again. Drones are really derpy right now. There is an AI redo in the timeline after the universe update that should fix it. Yeah, I'm very happy not going mad. Just knowing it's not me, knowing it's not the computer, blah blah blah. Yeah, it's oh yeah, I had to figure out what an emission block was. But yeah, it's that right there's hearing that, I felt like kind of a coming to Jesus moment. It was very It's not just me. There is weirdness in the world. A few other questions I had was about Rails. I was very confused about logic and everything, and so everyone turned me towards Bench, his YouTube channel, which apparently I think he's one of the guys that works on this on StarMade. But yeah, he has extremely good information, and I feel like Rails are now my friend and not my enemy. I will show you some of the things I have gotten accomplished. Some of it's still kind of derpy because I'm having to figure out the nuances of keeping doors open and closed, but I've made big-ass doors. Alright, let me just prove that this works to you guys. I'm happy about this. Look at that! It's coming back! Oh my god, it works! It works! I finally built something that works! Oh, yeah, right. So, there. See what happened there? They were still going. I need to update this. I need to have a flip-flop block and a thingy and a doohickey and a button, so it'll just automatically throw them back and forth. So let's recall again. Which, that's actually an interesting idea. If you're doing a lot of mining and you have a lot of drones, you can leave that on. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Hey, Bubba, where are you? There you are. Okay. You can leave it on, and you can just have them pass through, dump all their stuff and get kicked out again, and then retell them to mine again. You confused? Ah, perfect. Those two are confused. Alright, so I'm just going to give you a preview of what Mission Reloaded Gaming has been doing, and while doing that, telling you a little bit about our server that we have gotten set up. That's if I can find my way home. This is not the server. This is local on my PC. But we have bought a server. We have hosted it. It's currently in build. I am the admin. So if there's anything you would like to see in a server, I would love to hear about it. So if you guys would like a server to play on, please join us. We'll be doing a lot of recording. Volcon will be a bad guy. I'm still trying to figure out how to do a slightly themed server. I'm trying to figure out how to do more factions. A balanced economy would be nice, but I'm not totally sure that's going to happen, just because I don't think this game knows how to do a balanced... Even EVE Online doesn't know how to do a balanced economy yet, because there are no money sinks. Except blowing up ships. So, yeah. I would like to figure out some of that. Oh, the loading is terrible. If you guys have any recommendations or tips, ideas for what makes a good server, please leave your comments below. I would love to hear them, because I want a world in which everyone wants to play in, and also be involved in our videos. If you guys would love to be involved in our videos, I need people for fight scenes, because pirates are fun, but I want to test my mettle against other players. All right, so in the last season, or season 2.5 as I call it, Into the Blue Yonder, Wild Blue Yonder, You may have seen this in the very end. So I decided, I wanted a dreadnought from Star Wars, and so I built one. And then everything foobarred with power, and I had to basically just hollow out this entire thing. And I've been making turrets. It's my turret base, or my thing for testing out turrets. It's cool, it's fun, it's broken, it takes a lot of power, and it doesn't work too well. And then I'm like, well, I want to make carriers now, so I decided to go on this rambunctious idea of building this thing, which, if it doesn't quite look like what I was going for. It is a Tidan carrier from Homeworld, but I mean, the part I really, really wanted to make sure it got through was the front. And let's just let this move to my little shuttle pod that I built. And here is the current casino and harem. Just a space station I've been working on. Starter station. I need something that's easy to flap down and start because I'm tired of messing with it. Alright, the part I wanted to make sure it got done correctly for this build was this, because this is what I loved about the Titan carrier. I'll throw a picture up next to it. Is that you could fly, the fighters would fly in and out of this, and then I had to basically theory craft beyond that. So, this is my first thing, my first carrier. I was figuring out rails and whatnot and how to do doors, and realized the green stuff will go through a real door, but it won't go through force fields. Here's my first disc miners, and then tried and true. These work okay. Now that I know how to better build a drone, which is to have one long beam instead of multiple beams, because the computer compensates quick enough to the next block that you don't lose time on the beam, and it actually is more efficient. At least that's what I've been told. I have a couple of other miners I've been working on. They're somewhere. I'm still trying to make that work. Yeah. So, there's a project I'm working on. Some of you might know what that is. That's cool if you do. Yeah, so this was the way I used to do doors. Hee. I think this is the way everyone started doors, with blast doors. But, oh, I love flying out of this thing. Oh yeah, another test. Pencil miners. These work exceedingly well, actually. And it's one long beam. Now, the only problem is that I'm having a hard time getting them to dump their ore into the box. So that's, I'm trying to figure out why this one works, why this one doesn't work. For you guys to know, the Power 2.0 update, you can put up to like 9 or 10 power blocks on it before you really start needing to put down any of the buffer blocks for power. So exceedingly small drones are actually very nice because you don't have to worry about building weird stuff. Alright, here's actually my drones that are single beams. And this one looks kind of like a weird yellow submarine torpedo, and here's what it looks like on the inside. So yeah, it's simple. I have all the beams behind it pointing this direction. The block is right there. They work actually very well. They fly out, they start mining. The only thing I have a weird problem with this is because the drones like to fly way out to a deal and then like pass it, and then turn the engines on again and pass it, and make passes at the thing. I don't know how to keep them from doing that. But like the small ones that we were showing you earlier, they went out to a point and just turned around and started mining the rock. I don't know what is the setting for that, but some of them will do that, some of them won't do that. Sometimes they'll do it half and half. It's AI. It's StarMade AI. All right, I got one more ship. The one ship that works the best for me. I've called it the Exxon Valdez, or Valdez, or however you want to pronounce that. This is it. It is a straight shot for miners to just dock on and go all the way through. These drones are exceedingly nice. And yeah, this is probably one of the best setups I've done, and it looks cool too. Everything can be done from inside here. It's not a hard design. So, oh, yeah, I've been building a little. And now, kind of the pride and joy of me right now is this thing. This is actually supposed to be it's the size of other ones of my ships, but it's just the hangar. Now it's sparse, but look at these doors, man. We're gonna open these doors. We're gonna do it. All right, sneak peek into how I'm doing this. Just a massive docking bay. I'm going to have a docking spot right up here for personal craft that goes into the command center. That door works. Problem is that every time if I don't keep it closed, I have to like undock the door and redock it. But it comes across here and then comes up, so it's flush with the floor. I was so happy with that. I'm just giddy with happy figuring out how to do Minecraft and StarMade. Blast walls. Alright. Now, the command center. Woo, look at this. This is so cool. I am thrilled with this. I'll just hit the gravity block. I can walk out here. I can see everything that's going on. We can come over here and open. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that. Boop. And then the doors open. Da, 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 da. Look at that. I am thrilled. I'm still just giddy with joy for that. So I had those doors actually made out of nothing but advanced armor, and they opened at the speed of smell. Like they'd still be just a crack right here, just moving. So I replaced a little bit around the edges of regular armor to help speed up the process of opening, because damn. Like when I got it all done, I backed off, I hit the button, I had my wife come over, I'm just like, watch this, honey, this is what I've been doing all evening. And it's just inching. I mean, it looked great. It had like a shaft of light that came up because I had the lighting done. But it did turn into one of those comical moments in a movie where the door is just too big. It was obviously, we're making fun of big doors now from like Tron.
Now that is a big door.
Transformers and whatever else. Okay, so this one right here actually closes and opens gate 2, but gate 2 is kind of currently messed up, so we're not going to worry about that right just yet. But this is the cool part. We have the gantry system. Some of you don't know what a gantry is. That's okay. This is a gantry. Things that allow you to mount stuff to and move around and repair. It's a term you usually hear in like in mech wear a lot, because it's what goes around the mech so you can get to the mech to repair it. So my gantries move out. Now everything's in line to go out the door, and then all I do is hit the launch button, and it turns them on, and my little new mining drone runs out the door. Ooh, look at that! See, it's going. So, it works. I'm happy. Then we can retract the gantry, and then we can bring in big ships without having them run into the line of drones. I'm happy. I'm exceedingly happy with this design. Now I gotta build a ship around it. Oh, even the lighting changes. Like, it's green because we can go, red for docking, so I know I have a visual aid to tell me what's supposed to happen at the end of these rails to keep them in or not. So this is what I've been working on with drones all last 2 weeks, and there is one more video that's the sum up clip show. It's for season 2.5 because there's a season 2.5. So the plan is probably a couple more how it's made videos in StarMade here from me while we set up the server, and probably even some server setup videos for those of you who are interested. And so yeah, hit me up, guys, on anything you would like to see in StarMade on a server that would make you want to play on a server. I am currently looking for people to help me populate with big builds. I want stations, I want ships. As you can tell, this is the biggest thing I have built in the game so far, and it's really honestly not as big as it's not big. I'm working my way up there. I'm working on interior design now that it's allowed and works in the game and it doesn't foobar your ship. So if you guys have any suggestions, please tell me in the comments. I would love to hear from you. Yeah. Oh, crap! I did it again. Oh, no! Oh. Dumb doors. Alright, gents, I'm going to leave you with that, with the server stuff. Please hit me up with that. I would love to have everyone who enjoys my videos at least on there playing around a little bit. And thank you all who helped me out with this. All you guys on Reddit, all you guys on the StarMade doc forums. Thank you. You've all been a really big help, and I appreciate it. I would probably still be here beating my head against walls trying to figure out why my drones are spinning like tops. I don't think I actually have any spinning like tops drones to show you because I deleted them all in a fit of evil frustration. Help me out. Help a dude out. Be on Mission Reload Gaming. Join the Survivors Enclave Network. We have a Discord. If y'all are interested in joining on the Discord, please hit me up in the comments below and I will give you guys a link. I think the link will only be good for 24 hours, so you gotta hit it up quickly. And then get ready to join us on our StarMade server when it goes live. Or at least when we're starting to build on it. So, peace!